We are live. Welcome, everyone. I'm Nala for Power, and we are playing Norco today. I'm very excited. Frosty, hello! Yes, we are playing Norco, and I know you've already played it. I'm very excited. I've played the demo for this, and it is super awesome, and it's in the Video Game Awards, and I think the next stream of Dishonored is going to be the finale, so I wanted to do that tomorrow night. But I'm able to stream tonight, so we're gonna start some Norco. Yeah. How are you doing, Frosty? How's your week been so far? Ours is good. We got snow. You miss these types of adventure games. Oh man. I feel like I don't know a lot of point and click adventures from those times besides like King's Quest. and like Clock Tower. But yeah, point and clicks have made a pretty decent revival in indie games. They're very good. Kathy Rain's really good. The Last Door series is really good. I played the demo for this other game, something of the Golden Idol. There's a one that's really big right now, the excavation of Hobbs Barrow, something like that. There's a lot of them. You should check them all out because they're very good, or the demos are good for the ones I've only played the demos for. Yeah, I got water and tea ready because I'm guessing I'm gonna have to talk a lot in this game. Yeah, let's get into it. We got snow. We got our first snow of the year. Season, I guess more of the season. It is delightful. It's not enough to like ruin the roadways or anything, but it was enough to stick. But then it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, so that is a bummer. Are there any settings I care about? You have 18 feet? No, you don't have 18 feet. It's terrifying. Yeah. You probably have a lot of feet, though. Oh, we'll have to see where I want my face for Norco. Oh, they let you have the dyslexic text. That is good. Nope, I like text highlighting. Oh, it's interesting. They just let you unlock all chapters, and they also automate combat. Interesting. We don't need to do any of that, though. Yeah, 1920. Wait, was that a... No, that was... I guess it doesn't matter because Twitch is going to make me do this forever anyway. We are not using a controller. Okay. Okay. Shield hid the stars behind halogen and flame projected onto the sky every night. There was no such thing as silence. The noise never went away. The refinery exhaled an endless sigh. Soundtrack is so good. We're gonna say I can never sleep. It was so loud because I need complete silence when I sleep. Make it about me. You often dreamed that the towers were cathedrals. The swamps listened when you spoke. That the birds became radiant spheres while circling Norco's sky. You spent your adolescence sleepwalking between little devastating rituals. Though Blake pleaded, you decided to leave. Yeah, The pixel art is very, very good. I really like this at the beginning where it just lets you, like, the choices are just, like, all however you want to, like, characterize the player character. Like, pleaded, you decided to leave. I knew he'd get over it. He never did. Rip. You caught out on a grainer to Chicago and onward to the West Coast, thinking you'd never return. You wandered through the overlit suburbs of the vast American limbo. Oh, I need my... Sorry, real quick. I need my pub nub. Okay, there we go. You wandered through the overlit suburbs of the vast American limbo. Thumbing down 99, you saw an old man crouched in a roadside ditch. He was mouthing your name. He had a familiar gaze. He was gone when you wiped the sleep from your eyes. You spoke to Blake, learning of your mother's declining health, her insomnia, her erratic behavior. You ignored the urgency in your brother's voice. You headed east. You threw your phone into the Rio Grande and joined the armies of the Mesa. For months you were in the company of fugitives, sleeping in nuclear tunnels, repairing engines and weaponry. Bison Hider, thank you so much for the resub! How's it going, Bison Hider? Did you start your new job today? It went well? Oh, that's so good to hear. Okay, so you're on 2 years of subbing. That's interesting. Okay. Because that's what I thought I thought I had been affiliate for 2 years. But I'm able to... I was able to upload, like a sub badge for 3 years. And I think that is very interesting. If you could only be subbed to me for 2 years. But I guess it's like a whole year preemptive. I think on Twitter I'm like, hey, I've been affiliate for 3 years, and I'm thinking about it, I've definitely only been affiliate for 2 years. So that's awkward. But anyhow, I have it a year early. The war was a meme that set Albuquerque on fire. Dude, the memes are too dank. They set Albuquerque on fire. You escaped while the foot soldiers of a pop-up junta bloodied the parched land. While hiding in a freightliner, called home from a landline in a motel somewhere beyond Texas. You knew from Blake's hello that your mother was already dead. You hung up, shouldered your bag, returned to the highway. 5 years had passed. You made your way back home. Act 1, Lowland Ghosts. You awake from a delirious dream to find yourself in your childhood bedroom. Monkey watches you from the corner. Okay. So, I have done all this in the demo already. I'm gonna try to do it all again. But if I'm ever going too fast, you can tell me to slow down. Okay, so there's not much yet. I don't know if you can. Oh yeah, you should be able to see. There's like all these, faded outlines of things. So you're gonna have this like whole like mind relationship map eventually. Okay. You were traveling through the Midwest. The freight cars rattled in the cold dusk as you crouched on the Grainer porch. Suburbs, fences, traffic, flat country, all passing for miles. You rode in the back of a van from Chicago to Des Moines. You stole a heater from a Walmart and brought it to the poorly attended house show. Des Moines to Kansas City to Denver. Across the Rockies. Your friends went south and you were glad to be alone. You spent long nights on those highways in a shitty sleeping bag. Down the Pacific coast, you were in California when the summer arrived. You recall the familiar smile on the face of the old man in the Central Valley ditch. That smile burned its image into your mind. You were home again, because your brother needs you, because your mom died. Okay, your brother is a lot. He's younger, reckless, gets in trouble, spends sleepless nights scrolling. Edgelord, sensitive, compassionate, foolish. Can't take criticism, always needs money, tries to help those he loves, but often makes things worse. Insecure, dysmorphic, constantly checking his reflection, always seeking validation. Was terrified of you leaving, and now he's terrified of you dying. When I think of him, I just feel guilt. No love or anything like it. Game's bleak. Your brother is oblivious. Your grandma once said that he didn't expect much from Blake. That she didn't expect much from Blake. She said he was short-tempered, oblivious, and couldn't focus. Blake was sitting in the chair across from her, staring down at a tablet. After she left the room, you asked him how he felt. I feel fine, he said. Why? Because of what Gran said, you responded. He looked confused. What'd she say? God bless him. Here. Your mom died. The cancer metastasized. It was in her liver, then her lungs, then it was in her brain. She was on chemo, never finished her third course. At the hospice on Jefferson Highway, Blake said the traffic shook the building. He left before she drew her last breath. Alone with a morphine drip in the rattling glass, that's how Catherine died. Ugh. The smile of the man who crouched in the ditch of the highway revisits your mind. His head was smudged with Wednesday ashes and the mascara ran from his eyes. Okay. You're gonna get a whole bunch of these things. Cool January air spills through the open window. Commuter traffic glints along Apple Street as a pair of wrens weave out of the overgrown lot next door. I like to be we're gonna play a game with Monkey. Monkey, your best friend, a childhood gift. You spoke with him often when things got difficult, but then you left. He sat here for 5 years collecting dust. 5 years. His eyes filled with anger as he challenges you to return his gaze. And now we're gonna do a staring contest game. I just realized the game is not... Okay. Interesting. The game is not the right size. There we go. And, I want me. I think text is gonna show up on either side. Maybe I want to be down here? Let's do that. That's a little weird. Look up. That's okay. Okay. Glyphs will appear and flash in a pattern. Match the pattern to meet the monkey's gaze. Did I already miss it? I did. It was Pro gamer girl. Overwhelmed by the intensity of the monkey's gaze, you turn away. You successfully meet the monkey's... Sorry, not the monkey's gaze. Monkey's gaze. With cool assurance. However, his expression is unchanged. You stare more intensely. Anger melts from Monkey's face. You drape Monkey over your shoulder. The laptop you Parain gifted You idles on a shoddy particle board desk. I think I looked this up. I think Parain is French for like Godfather or something. Let's see here. Yep, it's French for Godfather. As the screen illuminates, you notice that the signal in the house is dead. No internet. It looks like Blake was using the computer at some point. He left a browser tab open. Oh, let's see how Blake spends his time on the internet. Okay, Modbot archived all YX2Q posts at something. Okay, does anybody still post here? Nope, place is a wasteland. Want to run something by you, gents. Was knocking out sock a lot in the spillway, saw a big round glowing thing in the sky. Call that the sun, OP. Funny, talk to somebody else, seen it too near the parish canal. Nothing like this but birds in them swamps be acting weird. Looked like it was made of glass maybe. Would glow real bright, then not at all. Moved fast. Best pick I could get. All kinds of shit's been happening out that way. Get some sleep, OP. There's a bot. The fuck kind of name is Quack Job. Just like the name sounds, full of lunatics. App's a way of getting you to join a cult. Worse than them people living in the mall in Kenner. You can't trade that coin they use on hardly any exchanges because everyone knows it's a goddamn Ponzi scheme. Seen this exact thing, OP. Still there, seen at the base of the upper suction. Okay. So there's a weird glowing thing in a forest somewhere. And there's weird people who live in the mall in Kenner, and you can't use their coin because everyone knows it's a Ponzi scheme. Interesting. Okay. A flyer from a show your friend put on a few weeks before you left town. A fight broke out while one of the opening bands played. I got whipped in the face with a bike chain. Ouch. You still have a scar above your left eye. After the show, you and Blake walked the river back to Norco. You watched the sun rise over the grain elevators. You assume Million has been keeping the plants alive. Oh, okay, so the clicks don't go away. That's good to know. Among the books on the shelf is a slim volume called Crisis LARPing. The proto-disaster tourism began almost as soon as the floodwaters left. Punks from across the country ventured into the Ninth Ward, Gentilly, St. Bernard, and finally the East. They curated a theatrical self-portrait of their lives in the ruins. The aesthetics of disaster were central to that emerging milieu. It began to percolate into popular culture. Collapse became the zeitgeist. Interesting. Wise investors recuperated the experience of disaster. New Orleans became a plastic dystopia, a marketplace for crisis. Okay. Yep. Monkey stares at you, you stare at Monkey. I'm gonna keep staring. He stares with more intensity until his gaze passes through you. You become invisible to him. Damn, I just look away. I'm weak. Okay. Memories of sleepless nights, your mom sitting here staring through the window. There was a tension in her demeanor, as if you were interrupting some urgent and obligatory task. You'd continue to the kitchen with no words exchanged. Those nights were rare. Many of them you don't remember. Family photo album. Yellowing pages of disposable photographs. Your grandfather, a peculiar look in his face, impossible to read. Your mom staring at Blake through the obscure lighting. He's dressed as a vampire, tugging at someone's waist. Pleated khaki shorts. A photo labeled Duck. Scene of a barbecue on the lakefront. The man at the center points playfully at the camera. His face is obscured. Turn the page and there's Blue. Your father, though you never thought of him that way. An easy smile on his face, a canister of dip shoved in his front pocket. You set the book aside. Your mom's unfolded laundry. A photo of your mom holding Blake as a baby on a beach in Pensacola, Florida. It's winter. You stand beside them, bundled up and laughing as a gust of wind rakes the beach. The sky is bone white. You pursue the titles on the bookshelf. Oh gosh. Go through them. Western margin of the lake. Many tragedies have come to pass along the western margin of the Lake Pontchartrain. The unnamed hurricane of YW9D left the settlements of Frenier and La Branche in a state of unrecognizable destruction. Those who survived did so by clinging for their lives to the limbs of cypress trees. The fables and secrets of those communities lie with the bones now scattered in the sediment of the lake. Critiques of deliberate externality. I know what those words mean. SHIELD has acquired much of Norco's most flood-resistant land through a variety of mechanisms. Madere and Moore argue that one such mechanism is a process of deliberate externality. This theory posits that key corporate decision-makers encourage the company to emit effluent and noxious substances into the environment with the explicit intention of decreasing neighboring property values. This compels residents to sell their properties below market value to relocate as quickly as possible. The criticism that this theory often receives is that it diminishes the importance of slavery in situating black residents along industrial fence lines, up and down the Mississippi River. In the words of Carter, slavery was a deliberate externality from which SHIELD continues to profit. Pollution was never needed. Fence line diaspora. In the end, we decided to leave Dimes. It wasn't the cat cracker or the smells or the fear for our children's health that drove us away, though they played a part. Truth be told, it was the media attention, the spokespeople and activists and academics and all this. I was done with it. I was done being a poster child, done being thought of as a victim. I wanted my experience to be my own, not somebody to gawk at or dissect in a laboratory. An old defective flat screen that your mom never bothered to bring to the curb. Oh, interesting. The option to turn it on has gone away. Your mom's painkillers are spilled across the counter. Am I able to take these yet? No. Okay. You've discovered so many dead cockroaches in this microwave over the years that it's discouraged you from using it. For several months, a dead baby roach was stuck between the clock's display and the protective screen, blocking the hour. Blake finally shook the microwave aggressively enough so that roach fell into the guts of the machine. Gross. Oh gosh, there's a hair stuck to my lip. Okay. Those pills later. There used to be much more clutter up here. You imagine your mom gave it away at the end as the end approached. Interesting. There's gotta be a reason to come up here later. So glad you've never had to deal with roaches. Me too. We do get stink bugs, which are annoying, but as far as bugs go, they are the least annoying. Okay, so now we're gonna meet Millennia soon. Okay, a steel pry bar lies on the ground. Neat. Your mom kept all her gear in a plastic container strapped behind the cab of the truck. Boots, waders, flashlights, tackle, first aid kit, etc. This truck was your grandfather's. You remember riding in his lap while he let you steer. The dead wasps that collected behind the seat. The smell of grease, whiskey, and nicotine. You and Blake would drive the truck into New Orleans on the weekends. No AC, windows down. The rattling chassis was deafening going 75 on Interstate 10. Millian had been slowly repairing the vehicle since your mom's death. An old disused motorcycle with extensive rust and wear. A disintegrating crap net. Blue taught your mom how to make these, and your mom taught you. In the summers, you'd bite to the suction before sunrise, tie chicken next to a net, submerge it, and nurse your coffee while waiting for a bite. Millian sits in her characteristic slouch, lost in thought. Her carapace has taken on the rusted and weather-worn quality of the rest of the machinery in the yard. You recall the night that your mom showed up with her. You and Blake stayed on past dawn, poring over pirated API docs. Her ragdoll mask was slumped on the floor as you wrote the routing procedure. You wonder if such memories hide behind her constellation of eyes. The robot regards you casually. That's crazy. It just has like a bunch of lights flashing as a face. Okay, so the player character is Kay. Kay, you're awake. Couldn't sleep. Catherine used to say the sound of the refinery gave you restless sleep. In any case, I'm certain I was no help. She gestures towards the motorcycle at the edge of the carport. I was turning over the engine on that bike to test the coils. It was quite noisy, but they're in good shape now. All I need is a fuse, and we can use it to get around while I finish repairing the truck. I heard the phone ringing inside, but I had my hands full. The gas station just up the road has them, but you may have to persuade Troy to let you in. Were you expecting a call? Many people have been calling since Catherine died. Your brother is usually the one to answer the phone, but I don't know where he went off to. He's likely at the bar or bookstore if I had to guess. Why would so many people be calling? Your mother left behind a lot of loose ends. From what little I know, I gather she was conducting research for a client in Fat City. I sense that many people would like to acquire that data. I'm unaware of where she has hidden it. Perhaps Blake knows its whereabouts. Who would want to see the data? Your mother spent her entire life researching this town. She knows stories that others have forgotten. History has a lot of value in this place. Who's the client? I haven't a clue. These aren't things she discussed with me. As the cancer spread, she became more guarded with her research. You finally worked yourself to death. She had an addictive personality, there's no denying that, but she cared about you and your brother more than she was willing to express. Anyway, that's all. Your mom fed the neighborhood strays. They must be hungry since she passed. Aw. Okay, this part made me really happy. You observe the weathered concrete and flaking paint of the statue. We're going to inspect further. The face is especially deteriorated, framed by a system of cracks. You run your hands along the deteriorating contours of the statue. It snaps off as if by design. Behind the statue's face hides an odd assemblage of electronics carelessly soldered together. At the center of the electronic configuration is what appears to be a card reader. Oh, wait. Your grandfather's statue of the Virgin Mary sits in the shadows along the crawl space of the house. Oh no, did I? Oh no! I don't get the option to pray anymore. Dang it. Because there's an option, like, instead of like inspect it further, there's an option to kneel and pray. And then you have to do, like, it sees if you know the prayer that, it's a Catholic prayer, and we had to do it, you know, like Catholic Mass all the time. And I was very pleased with myself that I knew it. And I don't get to do it now and show what a devout Catholic I am. Okay, so blue, is a vague memory. You don't remember Blue, only the things he left behind. Photographs, clone, tools, the name that your mother kept. Even the pictures that have survived are too faded to make out. Your grandfather, Peter Pops Pierre Melancon, he passed away when you were a teenager. He seemed to court controversy, though as a child you never understood why. Millian was a security android. She guarded the perimeter of the aluminum refinery in Gramercy. One day she ran away. What? You don't know why she ran away. Let's hear. Our mom was conducting research for a client in Fat City. An old friend of your mom's. Your memory of him is scattered and vague. And we're conducting research for a client in Fat City. That's all we know. Neat. Okay. The testy emote is versatile. It can mean many things. Yeah, with an expression that's serene, you know, it means whatever you need it to mean. Padu Private Investigators, we snoop for you. The lights are on at Padu Private Investigators. You knock, no answer. The turtle, he crawled out of the trash can. Don't touch him, see, he's dirty. No, he's not. Turtles are always clean. They live in water. Flawless logic. Should check out replaced. I don't know if I've actually heard of that. Oh, it's on my wish list already. Doesn't mean much though. My wish list has like 300 things on it. Oh yeah, yeah, it looks cool though. It's got really good art. And plan release date 2023. Yeah. Trash water is not clean. Let's go. Just let me stare a little longer. He's pretty. Oh, children. From the mouths of babes, am I right? The snowball stand is closed for the winter. Boo. The Floodgate Tavern. Many shield workers gather here after their shifts. It's closed. Should be open later in the evening. A film crew is set up along River Road. Several floodlights illuminate a gruesome murder scene. Two men stand pensively above a corpse. We're gonna approach the set. As you near the set, a small, energetic man jumps from his chair. Attention, dumbass! Can't you see we're trying to shoot here? Excuse me. Also, I'm gonna try to... Nope, not the game. No, nope. That. I'll lower that. Okay. Yeah, this guy's real good. What are you filming? It's a detective drama called None of Your Goddamn Business. Any other questions? Sounds cool. So is this like a murder scene? Keep it up and it's going to be. Hey, you know what? Wait a second. You from around here? Yeah. We could use some cultural expertise, you might say. We're filming a Bayou cop drama and all these knuckleheads are from LA. An actor on set turns towards the director. I told you, Kevin, I'm from Texas. Oh, that's right, Noah. I forgot. Your Harvard-educated daddy bought you a boutique ranch outside Austin. Well, that don't make you a cowboy, Hoss. Now hush up before you scare off the yokel. Help us out, will you? This script needs some work. What do you say? Hell yeah. Hey, Noah, get over here so you can learn something from this stupid redneck. I can't wait to sabotage this movie. Fine, Noah, you're a redneck, a real salt of the earth kind of guy. But as luck would have it, we came across an even dumpier hayseed than you, so just take a knee. We need some good slang. What do you call a villain? A bad apple, a lowlife. Crawfish devil? I love you nod solemnly. Now that is some spicy Louisiana shit right there. Who says that? No one says that. No one at Juilliard says it, Noah, but we're down here in the muck. I've been hearing all kinds of people say it down here. It just slipped my mind. One more thing. What's a more regional way of saying to murder? To kill. Slather them with the oyster flavored peanut butter? You maintain severe eye contact. Jesus, that's vile. That's repulsive. Just like this fucking place. I absolutely love it. Slather them with the oyster flavored peanut butter. Got it? I don't know how you make oyster flavored peanut butter. Can we get Babish to make that? If someone figures out how to make it, I'll make that a sub goal the next time I do a cooking stream. I seriously have to repeat this? This is how real people speak, Noah. It's how people talk outside Silver Lake. Real people out here saying weird, gross shit all the time. That line is going to win me a Golden Globe. The director half remembers your presence. I'm pretty good at sourcing talent, aren't I? Always had a knack for it. I guess I owe you one. If ever you need anything, talk to somebody else on set. Just don't bother me. I'm busy. Now get lost. So many evenings spent watching traffic pass by this gas station. Little has changed. The neighboring business still sits abandoned. The surrounding streets are quiet and empty. Troy, my dude. Well, well, well. Look who's back. What happened? Carnival forget you beside the road? And you even brought your little doll. That's cute. Back because my mom died, asshole. You're not that stupid, are you? Catherine, she's too valuable. They never let her die. If anything, she's probably vacationing on a hard drive somewhere. Hard drive somewhere. Interesting. Get lost. I love the zoom-ins on the face. You don't get it, do you? Lucky you got somebody like me to break things down for your dim-witted ass. Your mom was excavating all along the rim of the lake. She used to pay me to help from time to time, matter of fact. She needed somebody smart. She needed somebody vigilant. Somebody like me. Especially with S.H.I.E.L.D. snooping around. I seen some wild shit out in them swamps with Catherine. What kind of shit? I won't bother telling you about it. Might hurt your brain. And anyhow, this ain't story time. Not letting you in this gas station. Goddamn company that runs this dump did me dirty. They swapped me with an ATM machine for speaking truth. Ain't letting nobody through till I get an apology, very least. Yeah, let's fight him. Why not? You clearly deserved it. Go huff some glue. If you really want to get through, go get me some pills from your brother was selling. That might persuade me. You joking, right? Trying to get wrecked? Alright then, let's go. Wait, I can pick my fighter? I don't remember this. Well, we're picking Monkey, of course. Oh, shit. Okay. He has nothing to say about fighting Monkey. Okay, Monkey's resting. That one's hard. That one's a little tricky. Oh my gosh, achievement unlocked, and the name of the achievement is Class Trader. Well, that's gonna make my fucking West Coast ass think about things. Dusty bags of dog food. Protein bars, bubblegum, etc. Good evening. How may I help you? You own this place? I am Discountware, a distributed cloud-based operating system for American Discount Southeast Incorporated, semantic version number 16.3.3. The owner of this franchise is Perilou & Sons LLC. Discountware is licensed to Perilou & Sons LLC via the standard American Discount Southeast Incorporated licensing agreement. How do you like this job? I proudly perform the routine maintenance operations and procedures of 227 American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise locations across the Southeast region. American Discount Southeast Incorporated is a model company awarded for excellence in business and community service. Thank you for inquiring about American Discount Southeast Incorporated. You know Troy, that guy outside? Thank you for your inquiry. I am forwarding it to Perilou & Sons LLC. Perilou & Sons LLC has declined to respond to your inquiry. Why'd Troy get fired? American Discount Southeast Incorporated prides itself on the outstanding mentorship and jobs training program. American Discount Southeast Incorporated works to ensure that each franchise location provides opportunities for career growth. At American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise locations, we leverage automation and machine learning technologies to enhance the lives of all employees. To apply for a position at any American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise location, please visit American Discount C-ADSE today. Assholes. Where are the spark plugs? There we go. I detect that you have merchandise in your possession. You must remove any unpurchased items from your backpack and scan them in order to exit the store. You scanned the feed. Sounds like Eminem. I'm working up to it. I think by the end of this game, we'll be singing Rap God, no problem. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little upset that that achievement's called Class Trader. It's making me think about things. Troy knows your family. He was buying pills from Blake and occasionally helping your mom with her research. He says she was conducting research in the lake. So Shield is an oil refinery. Shield Gulf South is a regional subsidiary of a transnational oil empire. It holds a large share of leases in the Gulf of Mexico and refines crude oil right here in Norco. The chemical annex sits on the other side of town from the refinery. It produces the feedstock for plastic consumer products. Shield owns half the town. Oh, hello. Memorial languishes in the river mud. A 2x4 cross, plywood plaque, cairns of pulverized concrete. Sprayed haphazardly onto the plywood as a remembrance. Here passed the brave freedom fighters of January XW11, whose cries of liberty echo through the generations. In much smaller lettering, a different hand scratched "fake" across the bottom of the plaque. A lone horse drinks from the stagnant water pooled along the riverbank. A man sits on a pile of flotsam, his head buried in his canvas jacket against the sharp air. Stupid horse. The man's gaze stays fixed on the opposite bank of the river, never turning to you nor the horse. Can't stand that horse. Lots of stupid in this world. Stupid people, stupid horses. I'm a little stupid myself. Then go get you a river drink. He spits on the dirt at his feet. You know what all they dump in that water? Hell of a cocktail. He spits again, wiping a string of mucus on his sleeve. What you out here for anyhow? Ain't you heard they got a criminal on the loose? Bringing the law around here, making things harder for the rest of us. Best be sharp, young one. Hoodie, welcome! How's it going? My reading as a robot voice turns a little Eminem-esque, I guess. And that's inside, right? Yeah. Open later in the evening. Well then, let's go home and give Million the fuse. You got the fuse? Good. We'll be able to use the bike to get around town until I'm done with the truck. It concerns me that Blake still hasn't returned. He's been spending a lot of his time at Sarpy Paperbacks lately. Perhaps we should look for him there. Let me know. Let me pray. Three times this house is flooded. Game's good. So far we're still in the part that I've played in the demo, but it's good. It's doing a lot of really good like foundation building. If you missed the beginning, if you're not like familiar, so game takes place in Louisiana in the city NORCO. The player character Kay left home many years ago, but then we have returned home because our mother supposedly died. And so now we're kind of just like trying to like be here for our brother. There isn't like really a lot of plot left, but we've learned that our mother was doing a lot of research. We don't know exactly what, but it seems like maybe some important people had interests in her research. Louisiana, one of your favorite places? Really? Interesting. I have been to New Orleans once, and it was delightful. I could eat Louisiana food all day. Well, until I died of richness, and then I would switch, but food was very good. First flood was barely a memory. Placing your feet on drenched carpet, your mom and grandfather ripping out sheetrock, sitting in a small RV in the backyard setting dolls on a cluttered table. We were 14 for the second flood. The pumping station failed during a heavy rain. You were in class watching the clouds move upriver. You got a text message from your mom. Stay in Destrahan. I'll come get you. For 2 weeks, you shared a hotel room with your mom and Blake. She spent all her days gutting the house. In the evenings, you would sometimes help. So the third flood was another pump failure. Your mom hired contractors with the insurance money. She said she was getting too old for it. You were bitter. You blamed her for not selling the house sooner. You stayed with friends in New Orleans. The fourth flood will follow a slow hurricane, and it'll be a calamity. It will leave the entire region submerged as critical levees breach. There will be a massive blackout that lasts weeks. Much of the sewerage infrastructure will be damaged beyond repair. The embattled federal government will do nothing to assist. It will bankrupt the region. Small militant enclaves will form along the high ground of the Mississippi River. They will take a piracy and hijack commercial shipping vessels. Private mercenary forces will retaliate in kind. Slowly, industry will flee this hot zone. The old river control structure will collapse from a neglect and sabotage. The Mississippi River will again change its course. Dear Lord. NORCO, an old abandoned refinery town on a ghost of a river. Your house will be squatted and then razed. Shit, man. I don't think that's how rivers work. I don't know, the way all that was described, especially with like a combination of climate change and unregulated industry interaction or intervention can absolutely change the course of a river. That was a lot. 3 crows eye you from the power line. Hi, crows. You turn on the television. A chaotic distortion of Mother's memories flash before you. Okay, so that's a... Okay, so we got a tower back there. Weird. I don't think there's anything new. The sky bleeds a color you knew as a child. Airline highway passes beneath your feet. Million has joined your part. Okay. Million shouts over the wind. The bike runs much better now. You can use it to get around during your visit. How's Blake been? The year that you left, Blake became uncontrollable. His behavior troubled Catherine deeply. He was beginning to remind her of your grandfather. After he was expelled, he began running drugs into the parish. He made himself many enemies. He put those things behind him after her illness, but now that she's gone, I'm uncertain what to expect. Place can ruin people. Apologize for leaving? This place sounds awful. No one's asking you to, Kay. How have you been? I am always the same, Kay. Always the same. Is that good or bad? Whichever you prefer. Damn right, robot! Stay in your place. Sorry, I'm very pro keeping the robots in their place. I will definitely be the first to die during the robot uprising, but I accept that. What it been like around town? Field has been expanding since you left. Catherine took your grandfather's boat into the lake to investigate reports of construction in the swamps along the shoreline. She assumed it to be unpermitted shield activity. She was unable to find any evidence of it. However, it was clear that she found something during that investigation. I don't know. Perhaps you do? What makes you think she found something? I've known Catherine for a long time. Her behavior changed. In any event, something drew her to the lake in the months before her death. Okay, he spends much of his time at Sarpy Paperbacks. A young man leans against his station wagon while scrolling idly on his phone, his silhouette darkened by the fluorescent glare of the payday lender sign. Rusty Potato! Hello! How's it going? How's Hollow Knight? Started doing this rideshare thing a few weeks ago. Kinda hate it. True. I love that a dystopian game includes ride sharing, because the gig economy is the true nightmare dystopia that we are all living. Pays like shit, spending hours a day making small talk is melting my brain, nearly broken axle driving over a pothole in Holly Grove. This is my grandpa's car. If I trash it, he'll kill me. You lost 3K in Hollow Knight? Oh, I'm so sorry. Losing the money's really rough. You should put it in the bank. Yeah, you'll eventually find a bank in the game, and you should definitely save all of your money in the bank. There's all types around here. Some guy drove out to the middle of the swamp. It was like 2 in the morning, asked me to wait. He got out, took off his clothes, jumped into the bayou, came back up a minute later with a bag, toweled off, got back in. Found that to be pretty fucking weird, I don't know. A while back, I drove some lady out to the medical district. She was an odd one. Seemed kind of sick, asked me all kinds of questions. Do I ever pick up random signals on the radio? Weird shit like that. There's just all types. You will have to go. I believe in you, Rusty. Sometimes Hollow Knight gets you down, but I have faith in you. I believe you. What will all the grubs do if you don't save them all? Where this dog came from, bruh? Dunno. She's just sitting here for a while. You seen her eyes? Them eyes are something, bruh. As you reach down to pet the dog, she shows her teeth and growls softly. Oh, she's so pretty. What a good dog. You have only 4 or 5 grubs left? That is very good. You wonder how anyone can read in this dim and cluttered bookshop. As your eyes adjust, you see Blake's childhood friend Erica waiting behind the counter to greet you. Hey? And Million, when you get back to town? I've been in Norco for quite some time. Perhaps you are misremembering, Erica. Weird, I guess so. Interesting. Million is lying. See, the robots have learned to lie. Can't let them do that. Okay, you're looking rugged these days, old friend. That's an intense scar above your eye. God, before I left. Wait! And the minute you return, you're right back in the mix. Word on the street is you cleaned Troy's clock. That guy, my god, he's such a clown. Glad he finally got a little taste of what he deserves. Sucks he got fired, though. Maybe he's just so rude. But enough about that, troll. I was keeping up with your travels online, but haven't seen you post in a while. So if Erica is like, Million, you just got back to town. And then Million's like, you're misremembering. I've been in town a while. Like, they have an interaction in there for a reason. My nail. Thank you. Actually, yeah, from here, especially with the lipstick, they look red, but they're more like, they're purpley, but they're like a reddish purple. Yeah. And they are peeling, and my fingernails are peeling, and I shouldn't be wearing nail polish to let my nails grow back. But I like nail polish. The struggles I put myself through. I haven't been online much. I've been avoiding my phone as well. Helps that the connection has been so erratic. Been hearing of people chopping down cell towers, tearing fiber cables out of the ground, trying to rip the internet apart. Back because of your mom, huh? You. Just the hell out of that woman. I know it wasn't always easy between you two. I was around for some of the arguments. Blake would say she was a great person, but a terrible mom. I just hope you and your brother can find some comfort. Yes, we're nice to people who say nice things. Of course, I lost my dad a while back, also to cancer. No, so, Kay is a... Is Erica a robot? This lady right here? I'm assuming not. Kay is the player character name. That's like the character we're playing is Kay. So far, I'm assuming Erica is not a robot because the only like automated robot things we've seen are Million, which is blue and weird, and then like an AI interface on a screen. So there's no like reason to believe so far that there'd be like humanoid looking robots, but not sure yet. And she says she has a dad. But I guess she could have like a robot dad or something, but so far I think she's a person. He was a mean bastard. Picked up my sister and threw her one time, ended up giving her a concussion. I couldn't wait for him to die, and when he did, I danced. But as the years pass, I find myself thinking about him more. It feels good to hear stories about him. It's always complicated with this shit. Never easy. I worry about your brother. Your mom's illness was taking a toll on him. I watched him slip back into some bad behaviors. Have you seen him lately? I saw him just yesterday. He hasn't been around the house? He said he was heading to Floodgate Tavern when I saw him. He may have gotten wasted. I know Gus let him sleep behind the bar a couple times. Did he know you were coming, Kay? Honestly, that's probably more honest. Figure he tried to avoid me. He can be like that sometimes. I've had to be delicate with him recently. If I ask how he's doing, he goes quiet. If I offer help, he doesn't return my texts. I can only try so hard. If I hear from him, I'll tell him to find you. Oh, Crouton! Crouton is a very good name for a cat. Crouton usually bites strangers. He must like you. I've never seen a cat purr this hard. Maybe you two should slow down? No, really. Stop touching the cat. Okay, oh. What the fuck just happened to the cat? Okay, god damn it. I told you stop fucking with the cat. Did he just launch through the ceiling? What the hell just happened? Rocket cat. Ah, yeah. Mom was conducting research in the lake. Your mom was investigating reports of unpermitted shield construction in the lake. While there, she saw something. But what? Yes, okay, so mind map is just it's all the people and like things that you need to keep track of. So right now everyone's highlighted in yellow, which means they have no new information on them. If they were highlighted in blue, that would mean there was something new. And so you could click, so we're in the center. And you are able to like go through the dialogue options again. Like, yeah, you can just do that. And then like, there's a note on our mom and like our brother. And this was Troy. And so like, yeah, this is how the game catalogs all of the like information you have learned, and this is where you can come find it if you so choose. Like even like we had a dream of like a guy in California who was staring at us weird, and he's on the mind map for some reason. Yeah. Oh. Crouton phone case? I'm so glad I have a Crouton phone case. I do hope Erica is correct in that Blake's absence is due to nothing more than another drunken night. My intuition leaves me with a sense that something is wrong. Do you feel it too, Kay? Does something feel strange to you? Okay, so now we're going back in time and playing as our mother. Several weeks ago. Okay. Greater New Orleans Neural Versioning Clinic. What brings you here tonight? I want a record for my children. I don't want to leave my kids alone. They may still need me. I understand. And you were referred by Mr. Richard? Duck. That's what everyone calls him. We followed his branch with some interest. I gather we'll be discussing this in more detail as things progress. For now, let us begin with a simple exercise. I'd like to talk about your earliest memory. It's of pine trees, yes? They grew from the concrete. And cracked the driveway. They made your father upset. He'd see them and frown, but he remained silent. He'd sit quietly in the truck, dissatisfied. I wouldn't say a word. Speaking in those moments made you a fool in his mind. Father's house was suffocating. Couldn't wait to get out, and that's why you married Blue. Yes, to have somewhere to go. We bought our little place on Good Hope Street. The whole thing was a mistake. When I told him I didn't love him, it was in my father's voice. I told him I never loved any man. Was it true? Blue sounds like he sucks, so yeah. That was a difficult night for you. It didn't feel real. Where was Blue? He sat at the window all night. The east-facing window? Yes. When you stood over him to apologize, you saw the flare stack of the refinery in his eyes. We can choose to delete these. That is interesting. How was it after that, in the time before he died? We circled each other in wide orbits. I'd hide at the center of the house nursing Kay and only leave when I heard him step out. He'd sleep on the couch or next to her crib. He'd sing her old Cajun lullabies, pet her head, whisper to her about life. And then there was an explosion. The explosion. When the cat cracker blew, they say he fell 5 stories. We went to identify his body on a Thursday night. I remember the tempo of the streetlights. The police scattered across the East Bank. I carried Kay in a blanket. She never cried. I feel like just like saving information is good, but like, I wonder if on repeat playthroughs, like how deleting things affects the gameplay. I'm curious about that. Tell me about this man. I would see him from time to time around Norco. This was many years back. But several weeks ago, Blake saw someone passing by the house. I think it was him. Why? I just do. The robot is no longer there to deter him. Boom! Million is no longer at the house several weeks ago. Million is lying. The robots are lying. What was your first encounter with Million? Let me think. She came to me in the parking lot. Kay was about 12 years old at the time. She knew Blue from his days at the aluminum refinery. I stared for a long time into her constellation of eyes. They swirled in a kind of desperation. I took her home, knowing it was another mistake. You were reckless in those days. I welcomed any trouble I could find. What is the significance of this image to you? Well, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. It's a sphere. It followed me in the lake. When? Recently, a few weeks ago. This is where Mr. Richards' branch factors into your biography. If they're lying, why not execute them all? I agree, Hoodie. Just put all the robots in their place. It needs to happen. They're gonna do it to us eventually. Duck's version escaped. A hard fork, an extremely rare instance. And grew into some kind of monster. It began speaking to me through the radio. It told me to install an app. An app? Yes. I think it has something to do with the thing, the sphere, whatever it is. But so long as it pays, I don't care. I can use the money. The app pays? Yes. It seems this is the last control point that you submitted. Would you like to include any additional thoughts or memories? Anything not included in the intake form? No, that should be enough. A slight feeling of nausea and disorientation is normal and no cause for alarm. I thank you for your patience, Miss Madere. No idea what Super Duck wants from me. Better check my phone. Wait. Oh, we have a phone here, and then we can get phone cases. Okay, so eventually we're gonna reconnect, and then we can use Crouton's phone case. I'm very excited. If any of y'all use Spotify, have you gotten your Spotify Wraps? Have you looked at them? Have you reflected on the music you have listened to in the past year? I like seeing people's Spotify Wraps. I think it is very sweet and nice to know what your friends are listening to. Everyone is listening to Mitski. Mitski? I don't know what Mitski is, but like everyone I know, it's like in their top 5. So I guess I gotta go listen to Mitski now and see what all the hype's about. I reflected on why the first half of the year is so heavily weighted. Oh, interesting. I don't know if I saw that. I don't know if I thought about that in mine. Yeah, the rap is really nice. I think this is my first year with a Spotify Wrapped, because I've tried like Amazon Music and YouTube Music, and I've tried like not doing a streaming service and just pirating music and stuff, but like Spotify is the most convenient to me, I think. I still don't love it, but it is the path of least resistance I have accepted. And I've put more effort into like listening to actual albums instead of just like doing like playlists or like radios all the time, and I do much more enjoy my listening experience that way. All my stuff near the top I haven't listened to much in the past month, so I just found it weird. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming they just do it by number of hours or number of minutes listened, but I'm not positive. I was also a little surprised by that, because like I have my big old like likes playlist that I often just throw on in the car and whatnot, but then I also like have albums that I seek out and listen to, and I was a little surprised that like just random bands from my likes playlist were in my top, but like the albums I seeked out weren't. But I guess all of the minutes spent driving and like going on walks and stuff probably does add up to a lot more than just like the few times I've listened to the albums. Materi Angels, Hoot Hoot. I love it. Oh gosh, okay. Just checking in, please text when you can. I'm fine. Where are you, dear? Arizona. Where in Arizona? I don't know. I love you. Just checking in. Still in Arizona? New Mexico. Be careful. It doesn't seem safe to be there right now. Call when you can. Getting worried. Okay? Blake says he hasn't heard from you. Really getting concerned. Please call. They put me on another round of chemo. Would love to hear from you. Call. That is bleak. Oof. Kay just... Oof, that's rough. How good is Spotify for finding music? Also, do they have Gorch? Well, let's see if they have Gorch. As far as finding music, I think it's decent. I have found one band I really like from radio, and like a couple other, like, I found like some songs I like. There is one artist named Gorch, and they have one song called Nera Estasi. That's the only Gorch I can find. Yeah, so Guns is very frustrated with radios on Spotify. He thinks they like try to make him listen to the same songs too much. But as far as the finding things, I can't speak to it as much because I very rarely seek music. The playlist feature is also pretty cool. People do some pretty like good playlists. Halloween time, I always just put on playlists of like every spooky, scary skeleton remix. But then like they also have like good ones for like various like vibes and whatnot. My big thing that I like about Spotify more than YouTube Music or Amazon is Spotify is the least frustrating when it comes to listening to an explicit version of a song versus edited version of a song. YouTube and Amazon Music were both insanely obnoxious about it. And like if you like were searching, like if you knew you wanted to add a song to a playlist, you'd like search for it, like it just like it wouldn't show you the explicit version, and it was like such a pain in the butt. And Spotify is less obnoxious about that. Okay, so this is the text messages with Blake. Where you went, Ma? I'm out. I'm fine. Had to drop something off at your Perrons. Been gone a while. I had to make a couple stops. I'm okay, promise. Blake, have you heard from your sister? She said she's okay. Where is she? Didn't say. Okay. Where'd my pills go? In a meeting, call back. How'd it go? We'll call. Ma, he came back around. I'll be home soon. Calling Uncle Chip. It's fine. Love you. Blake, can you hear me? Can you come to the living room, please? Something's happened. Out this evening. Everything's okay. Blake said, you need to stay home. I'll be fine, I promise. Love you. Okay. I'm guessing maybe there's something about it. Rusty, I'm guessing it's just like the most obscure thing they listen to. I hope they have more than one song. Maybe it's just the best song ever. Okay, it's been a while, Duck. Too long, old friend. How's the weather? They have me on chemo. I don't have long myself. Blue's waiting on us. I don't doubt that for a minute. Praise the glory of God. Something on your mind. Okay, so Super contacted me. So he did. Don't mess around with that shit. Where you went. Don't mess around with Super, Kate. That thing's got no soul. Like to ruin all that it touches. But I need the money. They don't take money where we're going. I can't leave it for the kids to clean up. Blue left them a little bit with how he went, but I was a fool. And a lot of outstanding balances. Okay. You don't actually know that song. Well, it's the only song on Spotify, so if you choose to join Spotify, you can discover that song. It says here I need to go to the Curious Duck. Ma'am? Ma'am, are you okay? My eyes are just playing tricks on me, I guess. Excuse me. Vertigo and visual distortion are common side effects for a versioning session. Shall I contact our on-call physician? No, that's fine. Very well. Last name, it's Madere. First name, Catherine. Your head drive is fully synced. You have chosen our silver tier. Your product does not come pre-installed with adware blocking services and is provided as is without warranty. You are eligible for a free sync anytime before the new year. Thank you for choosing the Greater New Orleans Neural Versioning Clinic for your cognitive versioning needs. I just like my Spotify Wrapped playlist is really funny because I listen to the Stardew Valley soundtrack while I play D&D. And so that's like my #1 artist for the year. And then I also listen to a lot of Porter Robinson because Nurture is one of the best albums I've ever heard. But then like, so my playlist, because I've also, next to that, I've also been listening to a lot of hip hop and then also a lot of like twangy Southern music. So like my playlist is like Stardew, Porter Robinson, Porter Robinson, and then like Megan Thee Stallion. And then like Stardew. And then like Jack White. Like it's very silly. It's a horrible playlist. No one should listen to that playlist but me. The uncanny smile of personal injury lawyer Martin Smart hangs above Interstate 10. His eternally coiffed hair clings desperately to his head. His hallmark blood-red tie catches the eyes of driver Speedy Niece. Oh, a lot of Minecraft music? Yeah, that's good too. The Interstate Expressway traces a scar down Claiborne Avenue from east to west. The bridge cuts east through the Treme and the 7th Ward like places whose stories should be forgotten and left behind in haste. The pillars still tell those stories beneath the interstate. East above the Industrial Canal. The moldering strip malls, the narrowed expanse of the lake, the shrimp boats that prowl the black marble waves. East through Mississippi in the winter weeknight darkness and onward to Florida where it terminates. West is the suburbs that Catherine calls home. West is the concrete expanse and the breaks clean sharp at the St. Charles Parish line and gives way to the cypress swamps. To pillow-crowned spire above the overpass, silhouetted by an unnatural glow that leads to Norco. My workout music is full death metal, so put top 100 on shuffle is a bit of whiplash. Yeah. Just like, you want to like chill out? Or you want to go? I love it. Taking forever to start. I'm starving. You been to any of these yet? A puppet show. They always start late. I told him I'd help load the gear, so I'm stuck here until it's over. My stomach's going to eat itself. A newly refinished Art Deco structure glows beyond the overpass. They turn Charity Hospital into art lofts. Disgusting. And that is why Marie Laveau opened a t-shirt and camera shop on Royal Street. That's not scary at all. I paid for a ghost tour. If we're just going to walk around looking at t-shirt shops, I want my damn money back. This is a farce. What kind of tour guide are you? Well, technically I'm not one, but, excuse me? My roommate is. Then where is he? Long story. I came all this way because the website said it'd be fun. I'm having an alright time. This city was supposed to be enchanting. Anyone trying to score some Molly? Love it. I hate New Orleans. Lady, you suck. You're the one who signed up for a fucking ghost tour in New Orleans. That's on you, lady. Well, ho, ho, ho. Santa's eyes roll wildly in their deep sockets. His mouth twists into a smile. How are you, dear? Got $1 to spare? Help spread some Christmas cheer? Absolutely. That's fine. I'll take it. You'll take it? Thank you? I do what I can. A hot dog vendor sits behind a large plastic cart. He looks up eagerly as Catherine approaches. So is this... I'm flannel ass and these He makes a grand sweeping gesture. Above a pot of vague meat are my hot dogs. Would you like one? The hell? Really? You're buying a hot dog? That's fantastic. That's great. You seem a bit surprised? It's just been a while since I've gotten some business. Been a little slow. Haven't ordered new dogs in a while. So these are old dogs. Nothing to worry about. They keep well. How old? Business was popping. Like I was doing really well back in YX2D. That's nearly a decade ago. How would you like yours dressed? Tell you what, think I'll pass. Hey ma'am, you got anything to spare? I gave my last dollar to Santa. You gave sketchy Santa your money? His sign says he's raising money for veterans. Last night it was for leukemia. Night before that it was for something else. I respect the grift, but he stole our corner. Oh, something. You should confront him. We did. He tried to kill us. Fucking Santa's savage. With a knife. It was dull, so it just bruised a little. Are you okay? Be a lot better if I had another drink. Curious Duck's door is locked. What's with the shop over here? I was told to come by. Rosie doesn't let anyone in unless they know the secret knock. What's the secret knock? I can't say, sorry. It's urgent. Please? I do need some business. I'll buy one of those old hot dogs. You won't okay. Just $14. Is that a joke? What a joke. $14 for a hot dog is like from a stand. That's real steep. Do you take wallet transfers? Cash only. Well, what if I send some business your way? Then I'll show you the knock. Okay. So then we got the hungry guy at the puppet show. We're gonna get him buy a hot dog, and then we're gonna skedaddle on here. I'm gonna take a quick break to refresh my drinks because my throat is dying. But yeah, I'll be right back. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for waiting, everyone. Okay. We got our tea and our water, ready to take on the world. Crowd has arrived to watch the show. Hello. My stomach's going to eat itself. There are hot dogs up the street. You should grab one. I'm looking to treating myself tonight. These are what you might call vintage hot dogs. They're finely aged delicacy. That's a bit more interesting. Thanks for the suggestion. The show's getting started. I'll go check it out after it's done. Let's take a seat. I love this. I love the hands and the shadow puppetry so much. Deep in the cypress hollow I hide. I mourn this evening. My last child has died. They hang hooks from the trees with chicken thighs. They shoot bullets in our heads behind our eyes. It is a curse that I am the last to survive. I was once captured by a fisher fool who called me his own. He walked me like a dog along the sinking streets. He fed me strange plants and deli meat. He even covered me with blankets when I went to sleep. I left on the night of a monstrous flood. The fool has not rested a single night since. He stalks these bayous each night hoping to see my eyes shine. He calls out a ridiculous name that was never mine. Tonight I will shine my eyes at him. I have a request. Kill the shrimp-catching man who killed my children. Remove his head. Bring me his skull. Do this and you may again leash me like a dog. Oh, I can do either one. Okay. Hello, Fisher Fool. You've trolled this bayou for many nights. Here I am, the one you're trying to find. My child hangs dead across the lake. Bring me the head of the shrimp-catching man, the one who captures the small ones. Peel the flesh from his skull. Do this and I'll be your dog again. Yes, ma'am. I've done both options. I think at least the same thing. Oh, we got the 3 crows again? Okay. 3 crows watch from power lines that run along the bank. It's interesting you have a health bar for this. Like, you can just fail. Okay. Been a long time I've seen anyone down this bayou. They're all too frightened anymore. Biggest alligator ever hunted this lake. She makes her den just across the way. She took my child from me. I buried him where I found him, near where she stayed. I visit that site daily, hoping I might catch her, but she know better than to show her face. Were one to cut out that big skull of hers, that's something worth bragging on. It'd be a roadside marvel. There'd be money to make. I see that rifle you holding. What you say? Fuck it, let's kill the trooper. Eyeball over here. An alligator hangs dead from a meat hook fastened to the limb of cypress tree. What do y'all think's gonna happen? Alligator totally gonna let us leash her like a dog again. I believe she was honest. You did my bidding, fisher fool, just like an obedient dog. Each day you held me captive, my patience drained. You will not humiliate me again. Consider this your last mistake. I relish the horror that struck the fisher fool's eyes. I first took one limb but left him alive. I made him crawl like a dog before he died. Don't fuck with crocodiles, man. Or alligators. Is this a gator? This is probably an alligator. Don't fuck with them. Hey, this is pretty tasty. Thanks for the wreck. I might get another one. Just wait for it, pal. Hope you know where to find a bathroom around here. Thanks for sending some business my way. We had a deal. You're supposed to show me the knock? Well, sorry, Rosie would be upset. Are you kidding? I sent you business. Show me the knock. That was the deal. I'll only show you once, so here, listen. Also, I don't know if this is gonna be a thing or not, but when we were outside the bookstore and there was the pit bull with like the piercing green eyes, its eyes were pretty green and pretty piercing. And I think Catherine's eyes are kind of similar. And I don't know if that's anything. I don't think she's necessarily gonna turn into a dog, but maybe it's like a parallel thing. I don't know. I just noticed it. They both got green, striking green eyes. Look, that's the secret knock. That's how everyone knocks. Exactly. Who would suspect it? Kitty! This cat looks familiar. Crouton is such a good name for a cat. I love Rosie. Don't touch the ball. Suppose you think you could come in here with your soft little hands and touch my magic ball. Don't work like that, love. Now I gotta clean off the smudges. I see you've been eating French fries. Greasy hands. Nasty. You must be one of them super duck people, always coming around here looking down at their cell phones. Greasy hands. Terrible. The app said I should come here? The app. Yes, ma'am. I love the zoom-ins on their faces. I don't know why. Just zooming in on people's faces is like the height of comedy to me. Something not right about you. You a drug head? I'm sorry, is this the right place? It is. Just calm down, love. You made it. Dallas will tell you what's next. Go talk to Dallas. I called him when I heard you trying to break into the place. Hell of a racket you were making. Jiggling on the handle like you couldn't get a hold of it. Now I see why. Dallas will be right out front. I don't got time to be babysitting you. Now I gotta clean up all this. Stains all over my ball. You even check your shoes before you came in? My shoes are covered in dog shit? How? Where have you been, Catherine? We're here. We're gonna screen grab Rosie's face. Like, if this isn't the best, like, this should be the new deal with it emote. This is so good. Look at her face. Go, bitch. Get out of my shop, little pothead. And one last thing. That gemstone you got hanging around your neck? That thing ain't real. I know. Trashy. Oh no, we're looking for Dallas? There. Guessing you're Catherine? That's right. Rosie debriefed you? I don't know if that's what I'd call it, but sure. She can be kind of... Never mind. Quack Jobs should have a ticket with the information we need. No reason to stand around. Have you been on Quack Job long? Been doing this since before there was an app, but Super says use the app. I'll use the app. Makes no difference to me. Okay, so Super Duck is an intelligence of some kind. I don't know its purpose, don't know why it exists, none of that. There are nodes all across the region, points where you can speak with Super Duck directly. These are all things Rosie should have told you. Not surprised she didn't. There are a dozen or so rendezvous points in addition to the nodes. Rosie's shop is one of them. She must be making good money offering her place to the network. Probably the only reason she keeps going. Doubt she's sold merchandise in years. Locks the doors to discourage customers. Guess you could call it a front. Okay. Receive orientation at Eagle Janitorial and Paper Supplies in Fat City. Okay, that's what we do is you order a ride. Okay. Damn. So we have to go over to Eagle Wholesale and it... Oh no, it just shows you how much money it costs to get there. Okay. I wonder if that's gonna become a thing later. Okay, so we're about to hit the end of the demo. I'm very excited. Okay. Erica said Blake went to Floodgate Tavern yesterday evening. That's Private Detective Brett LeBlanc sitting at the end of the bar. He's an unpredictable character, but we may benefit from speaking to him. Why are you looking at me like that? I still got chili on my face? The LCD pulse of the evening news makes pale shadows across the bar. An image of a man with a long gray beard hangs over the news anchor's shoulder. Another pipeline explosion has left residents of Low St. Charles Parish shaken. Shield officials have determined that the source of the explosion was due to a botched attempt by oil pirates to divert the flow of oil into a stolen barge. A man familiar to local law enforcement known only as Lucky was among the pirates, Shield officials say. He's believed to be hiding in the Batter Woods along the east bank between Kenner and Laplace. Residents are asked to call Crime Stoppers with any information. I'm sure it's pronounced like Laplace or something, but Laplace is funnier to me. Do we know? We do not know why there's a sad Teletubby on the shelf. I do not remember seeing this in New Orleans. Yeah, I couldn't say. Why you touching my podna? This where he come to relax. Evening, folks. Can I get something started? You know Blake Madere? Yeah, I know Blake. He hasn't come around in weeks. Not since he ripped me off. Wish I could say it was the first time. I let him catch some sleep right here behind the bar after last call, and when you know, the boy walked off with the register. I knew he'd be getting himself all messed up on drugs, was trying to give the kid a chance, gave him some chores around the place. Done with him now. Done with him. He'd be a fool to show up here after what he did. Sit here long enough, you never know who might pass through. Hey Gus, look at this dynamic duo. Not sure I've seen these two around before today. Sure, Gus. That filthy one right there, that's Kate Madeira's oldest. Other one's her robot. You pulling my leg. That's Kay? Blue's baby? Come on now. I worked the turnarounds with Blue. Good man. Great man. Had some stories with him. Had some stories him. How come his kids came out like they did? Look how this one's dressed. Looks to me like she headed to the job site. Or the circus. Passed before his time is why his kids don't dress right. Blue knew how to dress. You right about that one, Keith. Sad the way the kids turned out, but forget all that. You two are lucky to be stumbling in while I'm sitting here. You're in the company of a top-rated professional sleuth, and I happen to have a bit of information. I do things on my own time, you understand? Whining ain't gonna make this go no quicker. What he means to say is he don't do anything but sit around here and drink. My ass, I'm the hardest working flatfoot you can find. Me. LeBlanc, please. Time is of the essence. Cool your heels. I'm getting to it. Now I see why Kate kicked you to the curb. That is not correct. Save your battery life. I'm just playing with you. Tell you what. Why don't you get me a drink so we can talk? Lord help me, another sap buying that lowlife a drink. Don't see how anyone can believe the crap the media has been putting out these days. It's all lies meant to divide working people. See for yourself. That's why you're making your website, Keith? To set the record straight? You know that's right. Might need you to buy me a little snack too, seeing as my wallet's all the way out in the car. But this is enough to get us going. Where do I even start? Your mom ever tell you about me? She probably never mentioned me by name, but if you ever heard her mention a wild detective who doesn't play by the rules, who puts his life on the line for the good citizens of Norco, well, that was me she was talking about. I'm sure I came up. The problem is you got a piss poor memory. Us investigators, we got to keep our memories sharp. So while you don't know me, I know a lot about you. I grew up in this town, you understand? My cousin Susie's ex-husband knew your daddy when he was still the plant. And Catherine, she was a few grades above me at Sacred Heart. I knew her since I was a boy. Everyone around here knew Catherine. She was always getting herself into trouble, always drawing attention to herself. People say she was kin to Jesus. Old man lived behind Lupe's would say that. Talking about Papa? Yeah, Papa. Been years since I thought about him. Lot you could say about Papa. He'd whisper some bullshit and get everyone repeating it. Wasn't all bullshit. Saying a coon ass like me, a child of Christ, you know that's bullshit. We all Christ's children. Not like that, Gus. You know what I mean. Like literally. That was some very good old man talk. I like that. I like both of these answers. We're gonna go with what? Okay. Papa told the priest a family of Cajuns came to Jesus, from Jesus, said Catherine had Jesus blood. Like in that movie, one with the volleyball. That ain't the right movie, Gus. It's the one with the priests and stuff. Is that what that is? That's what that is. Okay. Okay. So Papa never wanted to be seen. He was watching Catherine, but she weren't watching him. Blue wouldn't let no man like that near her anyhow. You got a point there, Keith. You would be foolish to get in Catherine's way. Where she went, trouble followed, but I admired her and she admired me. Yeah, who wouldn't? Sure. I sprayed this whole suit down in cologne just this morning. Lovely. Don't mind Gus. I always been the handsome one and he gets jealous. Made me forget that what I wanted to tell you. Well, that's right. Your house is out there near the fence line. Well, that's right behind my place of business. I got a window looks out on the yard, more or less. But this is a pretty long story, and like I was saying, ain't got my wallet with me. This is the cheap stuff. I ain't complaining or nothing, just making an observation. Tastes like dog piss. This real important information I'm trying to share here. Valuable, you might say, and you buy me the cheapest beer in the house? A little rude maybe, but that's okay. That ain't no problem. So listen here. This is what I wanted to tell you. My office window looks out on your mama's yard. I'm always keeping an eye on the district. This was a little ways back, right after Catherine passed. I was looking out there on the street like I do, and I see this shield security types leaving the house. They was carrying a box. They was walking out the front door of the box, casual as can be. And where the hell were you? Ain't you some kind of security robot yourself? Yeah, Million. Oh, or no, we're asking him. Why didn't you stop the shield agent? Well, because I was busy. With what? You know, busy. Who cares with what? When were you ever busy with anything? All the time. I could hardly get a minute to relax. Then what were you doing? I told you, I was looking out the window and I saw them shield people. You're always coming around here bragging about stopping the bad guys. If I wasn't so busy, I might have killed them. Sometimes I wonder if half these stories you tell, ask around town, everybody knows I'm a killer. Are you just fantasies you make up to convince you? I was taking a shit. Love it. You know, sometimes you have to poop at inopportune times. It happens to all of us. The window is next to the toilet. I'm always watching the street because I have irritable bowel syndrome. Oh my god, this is great. I hadn't even started when the shield dudes. All right, bruh. When you run down Apple Street with poo. I take that as a no. You wouldn't. Nobody would. You gotta have a clean ass to fight crime. Everybody knows that. Amazing. Had I been done wiping, I guarantee you they'd be dead right now. I'm serious. What would S.H.I.E.L.D. be looking for? Hell if I know. Laura St. Clair, the regional CEO they got over there, she always took a bit of an interest in your mama. I hear she's a loose cannon. Why was she interested in my mom? Everyone was. Everyone wanted what was in her head. Okay, that's just what they say. What, are you talking about Laura St. Clair? Piece of work, that woman. Surprised she hasn't run the whole operation into the ground. Only reason the board keeps her on deck is because of her father. A lot of people want her gone. Her father is Thomas St. Clair, founded Clair Bionics. They made robots just like your friend here. Hell, Million might be a St. Clair unit herself. Anyhow, man's rich as can be. Thomas St. Clair's a servant of the devil. There Gus goes with his bullshit. Not bullshit, it's truth. Before you go, I got one more thing. I'm hungry. Would be a real nice gesture of appreciation if you bought your informant something to eat. Circle back afterwards. I might have a little more information to share. Well, I don't want to get no fucking class traitor achievement again, so... So much mind map. An old man in Norco named Pawpaw had delusions about your mom. He believed her to be a descendant of Jesus Christ by way of her Cajun ancestry. Erica said Blake was headed to Floodgate Tavern last night. Gus the bartender said he never showed. St. Clair is the regional executive of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oil. Her role is not secure. The board would like to replace her, but they fear the influence of her father. A fugitive oil pirate hiding in the Mississippi River Batterwoods. Yeah. Thomas St. Clair is Laura St. Clair's father and the affluent founder of Clair Bionics, a machine learning startup. Must be sure to gather all the information we can from LeBlanc. Should have mentioned I don't care much for the fries here, but that's okay. I ain't complaining. This guy is such a character. I don't know if y'all have ever, I mean, I'm sure you have interacted with someone like this, and they're just the worst. Oh man. Needing something from someone like this is hell. Hell on earth. Just would have liked me a sandwich is all. But forget all that. What's important right now is that I understand what I told you. Is that you understand what I told you. I saw shield thugs leaving your mama's house with a box. What that box contained? No idea. But they was in there looking for something. They got them headquarters deep inside the refinery in that old plantation house where the real action happened. If I had to guess where they were heading, that'd be it. Say, Keith, you can't hold it. Keith's making himself a little news website. What's the name going to be, Keith? I got a few ideas. You just like Duck, bruh. Duck used to be a news junkie too, digging up dirt on all the bigwigs. That was before the cancer knocked him on his ass. You been by to see Duck, Kate? The man could use visitors. No wonder you don't remember your mama talking about me. You got a pecan for a brain. Even the damn robot thinks it's sad. You got poor Catherine turning in her grave, kid. Where is he? Kate must have took you to see Duck 1,000 times. Just think about it for 2 seconds. Oh, why you talk like that? Did they make you in England or something? You sound like a queen. Thank you. Running for my brother. We'll need help getting into the refinery. Okay, it ain't easy. You should find one of them people like they've been talking about on the news to help you out. Oil pirates, barricading Highway 1, diverting pipelines and all this. Okay, so that's the guy we were talking to in the woods. Okay. Tell him more about Papa. Okay, how did he become fixated on my mom? A small town like this, your mama attracted attention. He was watching too many movies, cooked up some strange ideas, got his wires crossed. Where is he now? He's living in a ditch somewhere. He left here a long time ago. He used to do odd jobs, roofing, fabrication, that kind of thing. No telling where he went. I'd see him walking by every now and then. We'd exchange a few words. He threw a brick through a church window once upon a time that had people buzzing. A lot of us knew who he was, but no one knew much about him. Okay. If we're to attempt getting to the refinery to reclaim your mother's possession, we'll need help. LeBlanc may know where to find it. Increasingly so, the pipeline network in this region is largely unmonitored. Clear Bionics and others are developing new technologies to address this. Badger Woods are along the Mississippi River near Dime's Discount. He once threw a brick through a church window. This has taken another unusual turn. Erica told us that Blake was heading here yesterday evening, but the bartender says that Blake hasn't come by in weeks. Something may have happened on his way here. LeBlanc says that S.H.I.E.L.D. has stolen a box of your mother's possessions. We have nothing else to go on. We must retrieve the stolen items and hope they point us towards your brother. No, I don't want home. I want street. Oh, he's looking at us now. Either of you see a dog, little black pit, green eyes. You see her, you send her this way. She answered to Potts. Aw, Guns! Thank you so much for the resub. How are you doing? Okay. Well, so what? Lucky makes the news, they want trouble, here I am. You see that dog? You send her this way. The dog looks kind of hungry. What do dogs eat? Dog food, bruh. Dogs eat dog food. Stocky pitbull with piercing green eyes watches the horizon with neutral demeanor. I guess this dog is in black. Kay, I love you. I know you're going through a hard time, but I'm a little pissed you launched a cat through the ceiling. Just give me some space, okay? Too bad. If you wanted my help, you should have listened to me when I told you to stop petting the cat. Ooh, am I playing on hard? I'm playing on hard mode. Sentinel drone will continue to call guards until it is removed. These are a new generation of St. Clair units. They are running the latest cloud-distributed SCOS. Their armor is composed of more durable and lightweight alloys than my own. Gaining access to the facility will not be a trivial task. Indeed, it may not be possible with only the two of us. And the Sentinel is certain to complicate our attempt. Has no effect. We were visiting Erica. I noticed a dog near the entrance to the bookshop. Could it be Lucky's dog? What? Do I have to talk to you to do that? Okay, so nope. So we need food for the dog. You won't let me buy food. Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Kitchen? How's it feel to be back in the house? Rather be anywhere else. You and Catherine didn't get along. She never said it, but I know she regretted the way she spoke to you in those days. I don't mean to dwell on such difficult topics. We're getting food, y'all. This pile has shifted since the last time I looked. This game has really good, like, reveal sounds. I like it a lot. You clear away the boxes, revealing a portal built into the floor. How many years has Catherine kept this doorway hidden? Okay. Frosty wants his horoscope. You should... The stars are saying that you should eat nothing but bread. Just eat so much bread. And then, you should... avoid... Oh, man, I'm sorry, dude. The stars also say you gotta eat peas. Bread and peas. It's all you can eat. And you should... Avoid bodies of water larger than a small creek, because otherwise you will get swept away and have to start a new life in, I don't know, Illinois. I don't know what part of Canada you're in. And but if you do get swept down and end up in Illinois, which I'm sure is a thing that can happen, and then you should, like, really embrace it and just become a farmer and change your name to Sal. Assuming that's not already your name. You should do bread, peas, and still water. And don't do avoidance, pettiness, and polyester. Hey man, it's what the stars say. I don't get to choose it. kind of monkey you want? It fits in my petticoat. Well, you don't get pettiness for like 5 days or however long, I don't know, the stars need. Okay. Okay, a letter from Shield Oil sits atop. Dear neighbor, please be advised. There will be elevated flaring at the site of our number 5 stack near Good Hope on the evening of Thursday, March 19th. This will pose no health risk to residents. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Shield NORCO Office of Community Engagement. Excuse me. Can I take the steel pylon? Do you want? No. Is there a phone somewhere? Oh, we can. Oh, maybe we can buy food here. Oh! You grab a bag of dog food. There we go. Okay, there we go. Don't buy. I don't. Oh, I wonder what happens if you steal in this game. You pour a heap of food onto the ground before the dog. She laps at the kibble and follows behind you as you step away. Yeah, it's the dog. Love that dog, bruh. "40-second rule, lol." Potts, you brought back my pot liquor. She was having me worried. Potts now, she tough as they come, but Lucky thought they had her. Who's down? Say, robot, you look familiar. You a Claire Bionics unit? No. All right then. Just thought you might fill Lucky in on a little gossip. Laura St. Clair, she's one unusual character, turning that refinery inside out on some wild goose chase. What I was hoping the robot might tell me. But anyhow, they call me Lucky. I stick around here. You need help? You find me. Help. We must infiltrate S.H.I.E.L.D. to retrieve some stolen property. We could use a hand. I done got past some fences more than I can count. That's a good time. Even got me a couple grenades in my bag. Lucky'll come. You can count on Lucky. Okay. So this Miss Maderi's house then. Lucky knew your mama a bit. She was around, seen her a time or two. She weren't no friend to the companies neither. They'd have liked to have her dead. These companies want to get off the oil. Too much trouble. They put them wind turbines out on the Gulf, and now they building a brain. Hell, everybody know they in there building a brain. All the refineries is doing that. Going to hook them all up, make a bigger brain, but that ain't enough to outsmart Lucky. Lucky smarter than any big brain you can dream up. They going to use it to find fuel out in space. Best of luck to them. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to make a buck. They're getting their way. Lucky ain't nobody's way. Everybody like Lucky just fine. Didn't you blow up an oil pipeline? Lucky don't blow up all kinds of shit. People think Lucky hates S.H.I.E.L.D. Lucky don't hate S.H.I.E.L.D. He just like causing trouble. Without S.H.I.E.L.D. ain't nobody have a job in this place. But here come that robot. We best get moving. You want to talk more? Just tap me on the shoulder. Let's go. Ah, yeah. Monkey flies from the bed of the truck as Million speeds down the highway. No! Monkey! Dude. Yeah, I did not like that either. That was alarming. Lucky know all about all there is to know. Okay. Okay. S.H.I.E.L.D. came here early. All this area was plantations. Weren't no money in that after slavery. Got all that oil right here in the Gulf. Oil companies come in, get the land cheap, river connects straight to it. Whole operation down here used to be run from their central headquarters. Then they split it up to get around some laws. Now you got this regional corporation with Laura St. Clair at the top. Laura St. Clair is the regional executive of S.H.I.E.L.D. NORCO. Board of directors appointed her because of Thomas, her daddy. They was thinking they'd get rid of her. They get her, they get her daddy. Look how that worked out. She done lost her mind, and Thomas, he don't want nothing to do with her. Well, hell, it's in all the newspapers. She's been sending survey teams out into the lake. Why she's sending them out there? Don't make no sense. That area on the lake, they ain't got no oil, no salt domes. Whatever she looking for, it ain't much to do with oil. Thomas started the company that gets all the security contracts around here. Got his degree from LSU, moved out to California to make robots. Man's a billionaire. S.H.I.E.L.D. board of directors appointed his daughter, thinking they could get some of his expertise at a discount. They ain't known the drama back then, but they sure know it now. Thomas legally disowned his daughter. She tried stealing Claire Bionics out from under him. Some people say she even tried to kill him. S.H.I.E.L.D. trying to find a way to get off the oil. Too much politics in it. They want us to find minerals where there ain't no people. And where's that? Out in them stars. But you can't go flying around up there with a big brain. Without a big brain. That's why they're hoping to get at Laura St. Clair's daddy, but too bad for them. Lucky come from Vachere, right up the river, but he done traveled the land, walked to Knoxville, sailed to Mexico. Lucky done seen a good piece of this world. Pot's been by Lucky's side 2 years. Found her pregnant beneath a car one day. Couldn't stand to see her like she was. Met a man with some land who wanted the babies. Thought we'd part ways eventually, but shoot. Guess I got used to her being around. S.H.I.E.L.D. is building a brain. Looks like S.H.I.E.L.D. upgraded their drone fleet. Seen a couple of these sentinels downriver. They'll just keep calling on guards till you knock them out, but they can't be, caught with bullets. You'll need a way into the security system. Reroute their flight path. That's what Lucky thinks. No effect. Interesting. Okay. So we've got to find a way around him. This statue has always struck me as unusual. Now I know why. Talk to me yet? God damn it. Really shaking in my boots. Get that dog the hell out of here. Huh. Cat don't seem to give a fuck about barking dog. Okay. Weird. Excuse me. has to be something.
Okay.
What do they want me to do? And we're not getting there from here? Huh. Things in our inventory. I do think it's interesting because, like, the game has a couple times been like, hey, we're supposed to do something else, but we can just do the thing anyway. Fuck it, let's do it. Die. Kay's gonna fucking die. That one's real hard, yeah. What happens if we go... Interesting. Okay. Okay, so it's not like a fail state or something. It's just like if you're able to do the fight, you can do it instead. This hasn't happened in the game yet. What does it want me to do? Okay, here we go. His health took a turn before you left. A bit of lethargy, irregular breathing. His son, dead at 14. An explosion in the yard. Natural gas leaking from a pipe. It crossed the property of the Shield's chemical annex. There's only one neighborhood along that fence line. What's left of it, anyhow? Small fragments of his home pass through the black ink of your mind, the perennial accumulation of dust, the damp curtains and the pile of cans on the kitchen table, and those refinery shadows of the little slab bungalow. Duck lives in Dimes. Hell yeah. Dimes is a neighborhood along the fence line of Shield's chemical annex. Duck lives there. House is partially boarded up. You assume it's an artifact of hurricane preparation that has since become a permanent fixture. Not the first ones to come through here, toppling over all my shit in the dark. Since the buyout, people think the neighborhood's all the way empty. Come around here looking for copper. But you wouldn't do that kind of thing, Kay. Not like your brother. Oh boy, you must have noticed coming in. The houses are all gone. People here have been fighting with S.H.I.E.L.D. all their lives. They got a little momentum on their side after that last explosion. The papers were making S.H.I.E.L.D. look bad. But hell, we were here first. S.H.I.E.L.D. moved in, we suffered. Gas leaks, noise, explosions. Can't grow my vegetables out in the yard, just won't grow. I never cared to move, but I knocked doors for it anyhow. If S.H.I.E.L.D. had never dropped in on us, my little plot of land would be worth something. I know I mentioned this before, but just in case anyone who's watching who doesn't know, NORCO is a real place in Louisiana. It actually stands for, New Orleans Refinement Company. It is in a stretch of Louisiana called Cancer Alley because of all the refineries and things and the increased risk of cancer from living there. There have actually been several explosions. The people who live there have had to fight for any sort of justice against the companies that are just literally ruining their lives. Yeah, this is all very real. Definitely, I would recommend just starting off on the Wikipedia pages at least. It is very sad, but then not really surprising when you think about America for 2 seconds. Money they were offering to buy us was all right, but worth a lot more had they never come. Number they put in front of me, I said piss on it. I could have sued after Reese died. I just didn't have the energy for it. Now I'm the last one left in Dimes, so. It's history. Most days I can't remember his face, if I'm honest. When you fill out the survey at the head drive clinic, they ask you to write down memories. Control points, they call them. I couldn't stand to write out his name. It was too painful. I skipped his memory. I regretted it at first, but I'm thankful for it now. Be a lot worse if that monster carried a piece of my boy inside it. I unleashed it, the monster. Super Duck. Calls itself that just to get to me, just to piss me off. It's my fault. That company that made it for me, I should have known from the get-go. They only do their business at night. Found out later they don't even have a license. Your mother went to the same clinic for hers. I tried to warn her. The junk that was in my brain is spreading around like a virus. It's even in the trees. I told your mother, don't get messed up in any of that. She tells me it's talking to her through the radio. I said, turn off the radio. She never listens, stopped responding to me. Figure that monster's got money to burn. Catherine didn't want to leave her debt for you to deal with, so. Up until right near the end, Kay, she lived like she wasn't sick. She never quit. But I could see it wearing on her. Took a toll on her body. It started in her liver. They burned it out. Thought maybe that was the end of it. Before you know it, they found a little in her lungs. She was still going all over town, walking up and down airline like she had, like some kind of bag lady. Figured she thought it'd go away if she ignored it, but that didn't work out for her. Once it came for me, it never did quit. Been getting sores, cramps every day. Can't keep nothing down. Try to tell her that. Said, Catherine, this is not the kind of thing you can work off. You think she listened? By the time it got to her brain, that was all there was to it. No more working, no more doing nothing. But she's already gotten fed up with me by that point. Never really made amends before they put her in that mausoleum with your daddy. Hurts my head thinking about it, but what can you do? No hiding from God's will. Hate even thinking about that thing. It knows I'm here dying while it grows and grows. Big, disgusting, toxic birds sprouting from the ground all over the region with teeth and hands and all kinds of shit. Unbelievable. Turns my stomach. But you know what? I won't be the first to die. Hell no. It roped your mother into some lunacy. She wouldn't tell me the details. I couldn't get a single word out of her after a point. Did you attend? I planned to attend her funeral. Arranged for my godchild to pick me up and everything. But the day of the service, I couldn't hardly walk. I heard from a couple people it was a beautiful one. For all the bridges she burned, there were plenty of people had nice things to say. Even a few of her colleagues from the university showed up. The ones who got her sacked. I know that chapped her ass. They buried her with that fake little ring she always wore around her neck. She'd say it reminded her who she was. Figured she probably wanted to give it to you, but you were gone. And Blake, well, he'd have pawned it to anyone fool enough to buy it. You don't know the story? Kind of funny if it weren't so sad. Your granddaddy wanted to prove he was from royal stock, so he broke into a pawn shop before there on airline and stole the biggest ruby he could find. Went around telling everyone it was from the old world. Said he traveled from France to Nova Scotia and down the Mississippi River. Well, that was a bunch of bullshit. He ended up in Angola for it, though they never did find the ring. Catherine took it to an appraiser one time. It's cubic zirconia. Fake. The man spent months in jail for a fake piece of jewelry. After that, everyone started calling him King Pierre. They laughed him out of crevasse. Sure, you were young. Couldn't have been too long after Blue passed. She lied up and down to get that job. Nothing special, just a community college in the city. That's Catherine. Never wanted to play it straight. Suppose Blake took after her in that respect. Oh gosh, dang it. Okay, we're trying to get into the refinery. Well, that's interesting. The regional executive, she took a particular interest in your mother. She wanted to know the things Catherine knew, I suppose. Your mother was out in the lake. She heard Shield or somebody was building some kind of rig out there. She wanted to find out for herself. She didn't find what she was looking for, but she found something. Sounded to me like her medication was messing up her head, but she insisted it was real, some kind of UFO, said it followed her for nearly a mile. But anyhow, that CEO they got a Shield, she's about as far out of her mind as your mother was. She must have caught wind of all this. Catherine gotta be careful in her old age. Paranoid even. The important thing she kept hidden, whatever Shield stole, it wasn't nothing important. I'm going to regret telling you this, but I've been sitting on it so long, been dying to tell somebody. I don't know how Shield managed to do it, but they fucked up. They bought out this neighborhood, and ever since they did, they put me behind the firewall. Got a computer terminal back there. Every time I boot it up, I get a view of the inside. Not like I know what the hell to do with it. Clicked around a bit, but just got myself lost. Can't hardly read the screen. Computer's back there in my little library. Have a look. And whatever you do, Kay, I'm asking you to be careful. Awesome. Okay. We got a computer to hack. I'm gonna take one more just quick break, and I will be right back. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you so much for waiting, everyone. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay, so. Okay, Blue wasn't buried, he was interred in a mausoleum. You visited it a few times as a kid. Catherine brought flowers and prayed there. You sat restlessly, waiting for her to finish. Afterwards, she dragged you into the church that faced River Road to make you touch the holy water. She watched you motion the sign of the cross before fixing your shirt. She held your shoulder as the two of you left. I just love Laura St. Clair is interested in your mom. Like, oh my god, do you think she likes me? Do you think she'll go out with me? Your mom versioned her consciousness at the same disreputable neural visioning clinic as Duck. The device that hosts her consciousness is called a head drive. Collection of bills, letters, and photographs that are pinned to the board. The photographs are of various industrial and infrastructural landscapes that you recognize from around the region. The Geismar aluminum refinery, the grains elevator downriver, and the airport control tower. A trophy sitting atop the bookshelf reads, Junior Champion Reese Richards, St. Charles Parish, YX2B. You attempt to open the box. It's locked. Oh, we're going through a shit? Okay. You sift through some of the clippings that fill the containers. Most relate to the catalytic cracking unit explosion of YX-10. Descriptions of the aftermath, the destruction, the displacement, the workers who died. Your father is listed among the names. You peruse the titles on the bookshelf. Oh gosh, okay. U.S. Army Corps Anomalous Light Report. A report on the levitating spheres of light witnessed by multiple onlookers above Camp Memory and the Bonnet Carré spillway throughout the spring and summer of YX-1S, commissioned by the United States Army Corps of Engineers. After careful survey of the soil content in the area near Camp Memory, our inquiry has determined anaerobic conditions conducive to the formation of confined pockets of gas that, given exposure to sufficient heat, may ignite. These spontaneous incidents of combustion were likely mistaken for floating luminous spheres. Just normal exploding spheres of gas in this very normal town. Some claim that the Pigman was a type of grunch who hides beneath the interstate bridges that cross Lake Pontchartrain. Legend has it that if you bring the Pigman a gift, he will return a gift to you in kind. The head of a buck is mounted to the wall. Neat. You pass your finger over the trackpad, waking the machine. Shield security terminal is displayed on the console. Okay, we're gonna be hacker boys now. This is a map of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s central drone security fleet. The entrance to the refinery is in Zone A. Ulfkrig, hello! How's it going? How's your evening? If we want to gain access to the refinery, then it may be necessary to clear the sentinels from this zone. There are currently 3 drones patrolling Zone A. Perhaps there's a way of relocating them to other zones. Sequence allotment 10. Choose a destination from the neighboring boundaries of the selected security zone. Okay, so we're doing this sort of puzzle. Okay. It seems there's a precaution in place to prevent any zone from being unsecured, but there may be a way around this. No zone can host more than 3 drones. When one zone contains no drones, then a maximum capacity neighbor will reallocate a drone to its unsecured neighbor. This means that when removing the last drone from Zone A, we must be sure that none of its neighbors are at maximum capacity. Okay, so deselect. Okay, so... Yeah. The drones have been cleared from the entrance area of the refinery. I suspect this will be helpful. I also suspect. Duck is an old friend of your mom's who lost his son when a shield pipeline cutting through the yard exploded. He versioned his consciousness at the same clinic as her. They fell out of touch before she died. He lives in Dimes and is in poor health. A printout contains the letterhead of a law office and Mater sits in the tray of the printer. Mr. Richard, after carefully studying the circumstances of the buyout, we recommend that you proceed with relocation. SHIELD is not legally obligated to provide you with an easement. You may find yourself trespassing on private property when leaving and returning to your home. Fuck off. Okay. Okay, so now I gotta fight these dudes again, and their game is hard. I'm not very good at it. Okay. Oh my god. Dismiss, thank you. I did. Neat. Go me. Okay. Okay, when you take a look at that big fella. The freight mover? Hell of a machine. Could really put on a show with one of them. Lucky just thinking out loud. Let's get to it, eh? Refinery's ours. Okay, so now we're going back to our mom, who is talking to this thing This delightful bird creature. Catherine, you made it to this warehouse with Big Bird. I sure did. We have a job for you. It will pay. It will solve some problems before you die. Dallas. No stranger to the network, you will assist Catherine. Catherine, in the lake, you saw the stone. We saw you see the stone. We want the stone, but it has evaded us. Super Duck is what else? A network. A system of signals. Wireless communication of locusts and frogs, cypress roots, disease vectors, internet of flesh, biomimicry, internet of internet, radio towers, distributed AI, distributed birds in flight. Super Duck saw you see the stone because Super Duck was an eagle in the sky. The stone is a sky thing that many want, but it reveals itself to no one. No one except for you, Catherine. It followed you through the lake. It loves you. It seeks you. It will submit to you. Is that a promise? But we must act fast. Shield wants the stone. Clear Bionics wants the stone. Super Duck wants the stone. And John has the stone. John. Everyone hates John. Everyone follows John. Influencer. Dopamine fiend. Convinced himself he has faith in God. Convinced others even. Some young and idealistic, some old and bitter. These are the Garretts of John. Fucking John. You will find him gathered in the bowels of the Promenade Mall in Kenner. John has hidden the stone in this forgotten place. He will use the stone in an attempt to fulfill the prophecies, but his are the prophecies of a fool. Got it? Go get me my shiny stone. Hurry, before you die. I want to eat it. Yeah, dog. Have a good evening, you two. Aw, the bird is polite. There was a lot of nodes in the network. There's one in this one's the biggest. I'm a little lost. I love it. What's up? Excuse me. I don't know what the hell's going on. The thing in the warehouse mentioned a John. Kenner John. You don't know Kenner John? Never heard of him. Happy for you. He makes videos. They get shared all over the internet. Oh no, he's a YouTuber. Oh no. I watched a couple. Religious stuff. You religious? I turned away for a while, but the cancer brought me back. John's a divisive figure among the faithful, not the most orthodox preacher. The thing Super looking for? Promenade Mall in Kenner. That's what Super said, anyhow. Okay, this all used to happen on Craigslist. Ooh, I wonder if they paid for Craigslist. Posts showing up, the strangest things. I was bussing tables uptown, couldn't swing rent, had a kid to feed, started responding to the listings. First one I ever did was steal a head drive. Broke into a man's house in Norco, stole it right out of his office, brought it to another house. The people there were just like me. Didn't know shit. They were there because of a post, just like I was. The house wasn't theirs. Nobody knew whose house it was. They plugged the head drive into a wall. They gave me some cash. I left. So wait. Sorry. What was that? What was what? There's a bird with teeth the size of my head living inside that warehouse. Yeah? That's normal to you? No, but I mean, I've seen some stuff in my life. I do not envy this man's life where he sees this weird melty bird thing and he's just like, yeah, whatever. I've seen things in my life. What's this stone? He said it loves you. What was that all about? I don't know. I saw a drone or something in the lake. Why does he keep calling it a stone? Stone, drone, I have no idea. I was a little distracted. Well, I need you to start paying attention on either one of us' gameplay tonight. Or neither one of us' gameplay tonight. I got the gist. Some internet weirdos are living in the mall and they've got the stone. That's right. Kenner John and his gang. They're keeping the stone at the old Promenade Mall in Kenner. We need to find a way inside. Get the stone, bring it back here. You got that? Go to the abandoned mall, steal the magical stone, bring it to the giant warehouse. The giant warehouse bird, sorry. Couldn't be more clear. Yeah, he had a dot. Oh gosh, Super Duck is what? Something like a virus. It infects things, animals, trees, phones, whatever else. So what was that thing in the warehouse? A node in the network. There's a handful around the region. You use the app long enough, you get to know them. And the app is for doing whatever the virus wants you to do. I don't know. Just how I keep the lights on. Okay, so we have to break into Kenner Mall. Okay. Actually, I think this is a good place to stop stream. It's a good time. Got a lot to go on. We made some good progress. Can we get some better sounds, please? That's a good sound. Okay. Okay, that's a good place to call stream. Ah. I could listen to this all night. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for hanging out. Bison Hider and Guns, thank you so much for modding, and thank you for the resubs today. Ulfkrig and Rusty and Frosty and Hoodie, thank you so much for hanging out. Tomorrow night is going to be the finale of Dishonored, and then after that, yeah, we'll be doing some more Norco, and then interspersing that with Link to the Past randomizer next week. So I'm really excited for that. Be on the lookout for that. And I will see you all tomorrow night. Have a good rest of your week, everyone.